Well, on April 20th, 1999, my mom was killed by an impaired driver. It was south of Portage la Prairie, Manitoba, and my brothers and I all made the trek home to say goodbye to our mom. She was already gone by the time we all got there. But that was kind of the first day of the next part of my life. And we hear that from victims really often, that there was that before and the after, and my after brought me to MADD. I was looking for support, and my brother, who was a police officer, encouraged us to contact MADD to get some support and learn more about the justice system and to just see what we could do to help. My mom was a helper. She was very kind and compassionate, and so we wanted to give back. And when the national president position was coming up, I knew that was where I needed to be. At that point in my life, I knew I had the skills, I knew I had the experience, I had the compassion and empathy for survivors and victims that I could take on this role and pour my heart and soul into it. And I think it was definitely the right decision. First question is, what does Black History Month mean to you? I see Black History Month as this incredible opportunity to learn about Black excellence, but also an opportunity to learn the truth. We hear a lot about Canada being this bastion of hope that the slaves ran to in the Underground Railway, but if you dig into the actual history, the real majority of the work was done by the enslaved people in the first place. Canada wasn't openly sitting here going, "Come, we're a welcoming place." That really wasn't our true history, and so I see Black History Month as an opportunity for us to really dig into the truth and learn what really happened to this in this country for people who don't look like the majority, but specifically for Black folks. Being Black History Month, I think it's really important for people to understand that I still face racism. I still face people having misconceptions about me just because of the color of my skin, even today in 2025. And it's really easy, especially as Canadians, for us to say it's all happening over there across the border. But no, it's always been here. We just go about it quietly in the background. And in my other life, I also work as an instructor at a polytechnic. And I remember when I first started that job, I was talking about it with a colleague, and they asked, "How did you get this job?" I said, "Well, what do you mean? I interviewed for it." They said, "Well, no, it must have been a DEI hire, right? Like you're a diversity hire, right?" And they couldn't fathom that someone that looks like me could possibly work in the same place as them. Like it didn't compute. And that has happened to me. I can't even tell you how many times for that job, for this job. People just look at me and assume I was given this job as a diversity hire. And that's so frustrating because I have to work so hard to get the same level of a reputation, of encouragement, the same level of recognition as a mediocre white man, to be perfectly honest. And it's so frustrating. So there's work to do. There are people out there who look like me, who are talented, who are educated, who have a vast amount of experience and knowledge to share, and they're every bit as valuable as any other employee out there. The color of their skin has absolutely nothing to do with how effective they will be in their job. Or, you know what? If anything, the color of their skin has made them more effective in their job because they've had to battle those types of issues their entire lives. They've had to work that much harder to get to the same rung on the ladder. And it's made us stronger and resilient and you should really consider someone that looks like me because we can bring a lot to the table.